Guys, I think today's session is going to be a life transforming session. I would say that India got the independence because of one single event. India got independence because of Mahatma Gandhi was humiliated in a train in South Africa. Because of that, Mahatma Gandhi came to India and then he started having the kind of satyagraha and all that stuff. So today's session is going to be on transformation and I'm going to talk about life planning. And I'm going to make the whole session into 3 parts. Okay. So the first part I'm going to talk about is what can be done at your level. That's the first thing that I'm going to talk about. The second one I'm going to talk about is about a writer. I'm going to talk about a writer. So what did he do? What are the messages that we got from a writer? Okay. And once we complete these 2 things, we will take a short break and then we'll go for the 3rd session. Now let me go into the presentation now. Okay. So when we travel out, what happens is, if I want to travel to Bangalore, there are many different ways in which I can go to Bangalore. So that means the destination is Bangalore, but the path can be I can travel via Vellore and then I can go to Bangalore, or I can go towards Viluppuram, then I can go to Salem and I can also go over there, or even I can go to Tiruvannamalai and then from there I can go to Bangalore. Similarly, whatever I'm going to discuss today is about what are the various paths to achieve the destination, right? Before I talk about all these things, there is something called success triangle. Have you ever heard about this triangle called success triangle? Sundar, have you heard anything about success triangle?
Yeah, yes, sir. I think so.
What is success triangle? Have you heard about something called ASK, ask? Kaveri, anything that you know about? Kirtana? Am I clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Am I clear?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, Numari, have you heard anything about the success triangle?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Let me talk about
I
it.
think so. That,
Okay. So, the success triangle is nothing but it's an acronym called ASK. ASK. A stands for your attitude. S stands for your skills. And K stands for your knowledge. Today, for the last 1 month, if you have been looking at it, we have been talking about finance. We have been talking about direct equity. We have been talking about mutual funds. We have been talking about wealth. So that means you are gaining knowledge on all these aspects of it. So it's basically you are understanding the basics of finance. You are understanding the theories of mutual fund. You are understanding the fact sheet. You are understanding the various figures and all. That is called knowledge. But while knowledge is the foundation for anything for you to grow, what is very, very important for you to be very, very successful or for you to transform yourself is the attitudes, for which you should not be dependent on something called external motivation, but internal and self-motivation is very, very important. Another thing is whatever you are trying to do, I think self-confidence plays a very vital role. Which means I start a journey and after midway, I said, I want to go to Bangalore, right? If I'm going to travel for, let's say 30 minutes and 30, let's say 30 kilometers. After 30 kilometers, I should not have doubt, self-doubt. I need to say that, yeah, if I made any mistakes, I need to do the course correction and I need to go to the next level. That's very, very important. And similarly, another attitude which is very important is when you are dealing with client data, there's a lot of confidential data will come to your hands, which means integrity is a very, very important attitude. That means you don't carry the data, you don't use it for for wrong things. You ensure that the client data is completely protected. And more importantly, honesty. Honesty is something for example, if I'm not able to do a work today, you should be saying that, yes, I think today, my mind was not good. Or my productivity was not there, my computer, whatever is the truth, I think you should be talking about it. And more importantly, if you make anything, like say market goes up, goes down, or your decision goes down, still you should have the optimism in place. And more importantly, if you talk about Rajinikanth and all, what happens is he brings a lot of enthusiasm on the screen. So what is important is, if you want to be successful, unless you have this enthusiasm in your life, you will not be able to do it. Last but not is the last two C's. That means one individual cannot do anything more. You have to work as a team. You need to cooperate and you need to commit, saying that what is that I brought in. So these are all attitudes that you need to bring to the table for you to be very, very successful. At the same time, there are some skills that are important. Skills meaning time management is a skill, because everybody is having only 24 hours. So for example, like at RQ Prosperity and Tejas, we say that how much time you have taken for a particular task, whether it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Why we are trying to do is that is, can we automate that particular task? So time management is very important. You need to do a reasoning. More importantly, communication. We all have only very limited time. We need to talk about communication. And last one is, when you work in a team, interpersonal skills. Sometimes somebody will do well, sometimes somebody will not do well. I think how do you communicate is very, very important. Not last but not the least is that is, you need to know where you are going. The directions are important. So I was talking about this is something which is very, very important. While you talk about attitude, knowledge and skills, there is something called God given as each one of us something called talent. So what is very, very important in life is that is, you should understand what is your innate talent. So I can ask some question. What is the talent for A.R. Rahman? So A.R. Rahman is music composition. What is the talent for Rajinikanth? The style in action. Okay. What is the talent for, let's say, MS Dhoni? The talent for MS Dhoni. Either captainship or helicopter shot. You can call it as a helicopter shot, whatever that could be. So what is the talent? So everybody has something called a talent. The day you understand your talent, I think you will be able to produce more. Please understand that even Albert Einstein used only 5% of his brain. He didn't even use 100% of his brain. He used only 5% of his brain. You and I are utilizing only maybe 0.5% of that. What does it mean is that is, you have not identified your talent. Once you identify, for example, numbers. So numbers can be your talent. If numbers is your talent, I think you should focus only on numbers. If analysis is your talent, I think you should focus only on analysis, data analysis alone. You should look at. No, my communication is my talent. Let's say actor, then you should only focus only on that communication. Now what happens is, once you know your talent, I'm very good in writing. I'm very, very good at communication. I'm very, very good in poetry. That means what happens is that is, you should also look at you should have some expression grounds.